previously on Ragiroth Enterprises.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm probably gonna get the new Super Smash Brothers, but I just have this bad feeling about it. Like they're just not gonna add any really cool new characters, and they're gonna take more characters out, and there's still gonna be characters they're not bringing back. They're missing in Smash 4, and all this other crap, and this and that.
We are bringing back every character, including that stupid fox recolor that Ragiroth Enterprises makes such a fuss over. Also, we're finally going to add that stupid purple dragon that everyone has been whining about for a decade. Never ask me for anything ever again.
Well, I feel really silly right now. How's it going, everybody? Ragiroth Enterprises here. So yeah, as I just demonstrated, I initially was not that confident in the new Super Smash Brothers, but when E3 came along, I quickly changed my tune. I'm basically blown away by the roster, and I'm even basically blown away by not even just the roster, the stage selection as well. I mean, you got like friggin' Orpheon, you got Pecha's Castle, you got New Dank City. Like, it's almost a dream come true with all the stuff they have in the game. But the thing is, usually with fighting games, especially modern fighting games, there's always that catch. There's always something, like, you know, that even if they get one or multiple parts of the game right, there's always something that's lacking in some area. And generally these days, it's the modes, mainly in single player. Modern games, as much as I enjoy them, have made me at least somewhat kind of jaded. Usually expecting some kind of, you know, ball kicker in the game. And like, yeah, obviously there's some things in Smash Ultimate I'm not like too keen on. Like, I'm not totally crazy about the new direction with the final smashes, but not a huge deal. I'm just kind of worried it's like that, you know, they're going to be like, oh well, you know, we've got all these characters in the game, we got all these stages. Guess we really need to do much about modes. That's what I'm sort of worried about. It doesn't help they haven't really talked about it. Then again, I feel like the E3 presentation was more about just kind of the characters, you know, stages, new things they're adding. I feel like usually modes are talked about at least a bit later. I mean, even though we don't have that much more time, really. But even still, we still got time for them to talk about it. And, like, it doesn't help that, I guess, Smash WiiU, and I guess, to a lesser extent, Smash 3DS, like, they still had a good amount of single-player stuff to do, the cool things to unlock and all that. But I feel like it was, overall, a step back from Smash Bros. Brawl. And I'd like to think that was partially just because the game was split into two versions. But now with Smash Ultimate, it's just on one system. It's an even more powerful system. And they can just everybody can just focus on one version this time as opposed to kind of splitting up, you know. And for doing two versions, they did a pretty damn good job. Like, you know, both versions I had both versions. I mean, I guess I primarily played the Wii U version when after when that came out, but I still had the 3DS version. I still played it from time to time. So I'm going to talk about 5 modes that I would like to see be added or come back in most of the cases in Smash Ultimate. So for the first one, is Classic Mode. Now, Classic Mode is actually the mode I'm most confident will be in, but here's what I mean by non-Wii U version. The 3DS version of Smash Bros., Smash 4, we'll call it, had a more, I guess, traditional classic mode based off kind of how the older games were. Smash Wii U, however, did something a bit different, where like you kind of tackled different, I think, like areas, like where they would have like a rival character, and like you would have to wipe out every character, or at least a lot of characters from, like, I think each part of the map. And and it was cool and all, but it's like the problem is they were really pushing the 8-player, or I guess the more than 4-player, because I think not all of them were 8-player, Smash in that game. And like, yeah, it was cool. I mean, it was great that there was 8-player Smash and all that. And it was cool that it wasn't just limited to multiplayer, but it's like, it was really chaotic, like really chaotic. Like, I feel like it was to the point where it was just kind of less fun and just kind of unorganized and just messy. And it was just mainly a pain when it came to like you know, if you're trying to fight like the higher, I guess, transformations of Master Core, or like, you know, if you use one like a custom move that you wanted, but like, you know, but you lost in a really stupid, unlucky way, and because of that you lost that custom move, that was kind of annoying. It was definitely kind of annoying. And like, yeah, it occasionally happened with like the 3DS version, but not nearly as much. Not nearly as much. So I think for Classic Mode, I think they should kind of take it easy with 8-player Smash and all that, and just kind of have it more like, I guess, how the 3DS version did it. Or it's like, I don't know, have an option to do both, so you're not like stuck with either one. I think more options in general would just kind of be good for Classic Mode, so you can kind of put in new things while kind of not kind of taking away what it originally was and making it a little too chaotic for everybody. So I think that's all for that one. So moving on to the next one. Alright, so Smash Run. Smash Run was kind of the reason why, I think in most people's opinions, at least mine included, why the 3DS version had better single-player modes than the Wii U version. Granted, the Wii U version did have Event Match, Stage Creator, and the Master Orders and Crazy Orders. They were cool. But it was kind of missing that, like, kind of, I guess, sort of 2D side-scroller mode that's kind of been in since Melee. And Smash Run kind of was the answer to that. Like, yeah, it wasn't perfect, but it was definitely my favorite thing to do in the 3DS version when I locked everybody and got all their, like, trophies from Classic Mode and stuff. I think it could be improved. I think it does suffer a little bit from maybe also a little bit too much craziness and randomness and stuff like that. But I think that could be fixed. I feel like that was a common theme that was sort of an issue with Smash 4. Just thinking maybe try to develop too crazy and wacky with some of the modes and how they were handled. But it was still a really fun mode, and it's like with a Switch, it's like you can play it on the TV, or you'd be able to play it handheld just like you could with 3DS. And I think originally when we all thought it was going to be a port, I think we kind of thought it was going to be a port partially so you can kind of take the best of both worlds from the Wii U version and 3DS version. And even though it's not a port, I still think they should do that, especially because it's like, I mean, they're adding like stages that were in the 3DS version of Smash 4 to Ultimate, so it's not like, you know, they're lost in the 3DS game or anything like that. So I think Smash Run would definitely be a good option for kind of a side-scroll mode. I feel like it would maybe be the easiest on them because it's like, well, they just did it, they kind of know what they're doing, they can kind of port some things over. I think it would be kind of cool if like maybe they did take a little more from the actual games and not just kind of make up like these kind of settings and stuff. But I guess most of the enemies are in the game, so I guess that sort of makes up for it. Alright, so moving on to the next one. Alright, Adventure Mode. This one is a classic. This is one of the ones I want to see come back the most. I had, like, you know, really great memories within Melee. I guess looking back on it though, it was kind of repetitive. Because it was sort of, I guess, like a glorified art. It was kind of, I guess, a glorified classic mode in a way. But I feel like today it could be greatly improved upon. And I think it'd be kind of cool, like, you know, because you'll have all these new franchises. You know, you can have stages based off of like Xenoblade. You could have a actual Fire Emblem one now, or you could have a Sonic one maybe. You could have, you could have like a Splatoon one. That'd be cool. So yeah, there's a tons you can do with it now. I think it was a really fun mode. I guess it was kind of the original, like, I guess, side-scroller mode for Smash Brothers. And like, I think it would be kind of like, you know, since this is like Smash Ultimate and they're kind of taking things from all different games, maybe it would be kind of a good idea to bring, this is maybe a good time to bring Adventure Mode back and kind of make it even better now and change it up from back then. So yeah, I really hope it's in. I don't know what the chances of it coming back are. Probably not like super high, but I'm not gonna say super low either. I think it could happen. It could happen. It could maybe come back and just maybe as a different name, in all honesty. But I think that's really all for that. I hope it comes back. I think a lot of people do want it back. But let's move on. So now Subspace Emissary. Subspace Emissary was very, I guess, polarizing. It was definitely a very divided mode for people. And I think that's kind of why it didn't come. Well, that's one of the reasons it didn't come back in Smash 4. It was that it wasn't very well received, And I think this reason is so stupid, but Sakurai said because people can just look up the cutscenes on YouTube, or it could it just takes away, I guess, the thrill of it or something. I guess because they put hard work into it, which I understand, but it's like, that's every game now. Like, what? So, and I think they kind of took that effort they made for like the CG cutscenes and put them towards the character trailers in Smash 4, which, yeah, it's cool, but it's like, come on, like, we care more about stuff that's in the actual game, not just the trailers. I personally like Subspace Emissary. I mean, I do think it could have been better. I feel like if you take Adventure Mode and you combine Subspace Emissary, you'd have basically like the perfect single player mode, because it's like you'd have the actual locales from the games, but I guess have the more kind of story and not just kind of glorified arcade mode that Adventure Mode did. And like usually one of my complaints with story modes in games is that they don't let you play as everyone. But in Brawl, I mean, you could really play as everyone. I mean, obviously maybe not anytime you wanted until you beat the game, and some of the characters, of course, Wolf was one of them, you couldn't play as until after you beat Subspace Emissary. But at least the option was there. That's what was good. That there's options, and that's what's always good when there's options. So I mean, granted, that's like, you know, that was like maybe half of what this game had, you know, what Smash Ultimate is gonna have, but even still, maybe everyone can still be playable. If not, whatever, I guess. You know, it's not like, you know, I'm sure there'll be other single player modes and stuff also. And that, you know, Subspace Emissary was cooperative too, so you could have a friend play with that. And maybe we can even do online co-op now. Yeah, you know what, Adventure Mode could also be co-op as well now too. So I think either mode could be a lot better. I personally think if you combine them though, you'd have the perfect mode. So, on to the last one. Yeah, I really don't know. With, you know, something new, I guess. Something new could very well just be like a kind of fusion of Adventure Mode and Subspace Emissary. It could be a fusion of maybe some like event matches, maybe some of the stage creator. I guess I'm a little hesitant with this one though, because it's like, I feel like they're maybe not in the right mindset to be making anything new, especially with how Smash Tour turned out. I just feel like I think they try a little too hard to be kind of sporadic and crazy and party-like, and as opposed to kind of just like a fighting game. And I know, I know Smash is more of a party game, not a fighting game. But so I feel like maybe they're better off kind of working with what they've done in the past, and just making them better. But I mean, again, I don't want to say no to something new. It could be really awesome. I don't know. Because a lot of people theorize there's going to be like some kind of new mode, kind of that'll be the way to primarily unlock characters, which would be cool. It's just that I just hope it's not a mode that like that's the only thing it's good for. I hope there's kind of more things to do after you unlock the characters. And I kind of think they should maybe like have multiple ways of unlocking characters and not just through one mode, which is actually something I maybe wanted to talk about in a future video. But yeah, I think that's about it for this video. You know, nothing too crazy. I just want to talk about, like, you know, some things I hope that isn't Smash Ultimate, even though I'm very, very pleased with the game so far. You know, there's still other areas of the game that haven't been discussed that, you know, I could be maybe skeptical about. Hopefully I'm just being pessimistic, and they'll kick ass with you know, single player content, just modes in general. I mean, if there's anyone I have faith in, it's Sakurai and those guys. So, you know, so I'm probably worrying for nothing. But it's like, you know, again, I can't help but be a little skeptical, and you know, just want to talk about what I'd like to see come back, or what I'd maybe like to see be added. So I think that's about it. Like the video if you like it, dislike it if you dislike it. Let me know in the comments below any modes you'd like to see come back, or any ideas you have for new modes. And definitely feel free to share them. But yeah, like the video if you like it, dislike it if you dislike it. It's a free country. If you like some of my other videos in this video, subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. And you can follow me on social media. I'll have that in the description below. As I always say, know the time, know the place. Keep being awesome.